Einen wunderschönen guten Abend. Nee, also. Mahlzeit. Ich bin schon fleißig am Scrollen, weil jedes Mal die Seite sich ja wieder resettet. Also jeden Tag aufs Neue. Ich bin also jedes Mal Hands of Fate. Da muss ich gerade erstmal gucken, was wir hatten als letztes. Den hatten wir, den hatten wir. Den hatten wir, den hatten wir. Jetzt kommt eine jede Menge Black Track, wie sie sich selbst nennen. Dann machen wir die mal alle auf, dann haben wir es gleich einfach, dann brauche ich nämlich nicht so. Das ist wieder Raumschiff, 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 Raumschiff. Da haben wir wieder Menschen, da sind auch Menschen drin, das weiß ich. Halt falsch. Da sollten Menschen drin sein. Und dann machen wir hier mal den ersten auf, um zu gucken, was das ist. Aber ist okay. So, schalten wir mal um. Kennen wir ja seit gestern. Black Track. Ich mute mich und fangen wir schon mal die Folge an, weil ich habe 360p nur. Also ein bisschen, ja, gucken wir einfach mal, wie es wird, ne? Weil ich habe mal wieder die Kopfhörer vergessen. Aber ihr könnt dann schon mal gucken. Ich schicke rein. Dauert nur 2 Minuten.
Enterprise just made landing. Going to find a nook for the planet Neptunes. What was that? Enterprise. To the beam up. I'll be down finding the minerals and Spock and Aurora is coming right back up. What you been doing with Captain Dada? Just don't know. Damn door, wanna stop playing with me? I know you got somebody in there.
Wait, you gotta give me a second. Please don't come in. Wait, please. Don't come in, please. Please don't come in.
I don't think I can do that.
Wait.
Brandy,
No,
and
wait,
you
oh
can
my
put
God,
this
no.
off the shelf. Yeah, I would love the brandy. But I found it already. When I get inside there.
Oh my God.
I don't like your wife.
Oh my goodness. Wait.
And you've been looking at my wife. A whore. This is not gonna work. Ooh. When I get in there.
Oh my God. Wait.
Come on, Spock. Stop playing. This is
Come
serious.
in. Just give me a second. Wait. Oh my God. Wait.
Energize, man. Energize.
Wait.
Open this damn door. And that's logic.
So viel dazu.
Captain Deadass Stardate 2069. Scotty, report.
It's the Puerto Rican Federation, Captain.
That's the ship behind us. Red alert! Red alert! What the hell is the Puerto Rican Federation after us? I don't know. Maybe they think we're sneaking Puerto Ricans on the ship. We can be. We have them in our engine room. What the Scotty? Get us out of here. Can we get to warp speed?
It's all that she's got.
We're leaking. We're leaking from the back.
It's radiation.
It's radiation. It's no good. If Sulu wouldn't have gave me that moon rock, I would be right now.
We ain't doing no more moon rock. Black Spock, what is going on here?
It was some good Chiba. Get some more moon rock.
I'll go down there and you gonna get more moon rock.
Moon rock.
Hell no! Spock, we have to close this valve. I'll close the valve and you run the engine room.
Your mind to my mind. Your mind to my mind. You will forget about the door. I will go and take care of that. Do you understand? Okay.
Let's go.
Make sure these quarters are right.
Spock,
Copy that.
it should have been me, man.
Damn right it should have been you. If hell was a place as hot as it is.
I feel your pain. And don't worry. Ahura, we'll take good care of her.
Son of a bitch.
Good.
Stay with the green, bitch. You won't be my wife.
Yeah.
Ja. Jetzt haben wir mal 38 Minuten. Mal gucken, was hier so auf uns zukommt.
Answer me true, and thee shall pass.
Where am I? What is this place? Who are you?
Such a fragile life form. I am a time guardian.
Can you explain what has happened?
In regards to what? Reality? Time? Multiple universes?
Let's start with the question of where I am.
Not relevant.
Really? Okay, how about when I am?
Ah, better. You are stuck in between the past and the future, neither here nor there.
It's never clear with you people. Gordon had sent me into the past, to the Antilles, to fix something, which in turn would help my situation dealing with Frost.
Frost. He has caused much chaos, an architect of anarchy. And you, thinking the whole universe revolves around yourself.
I was told that it does.
True. But still, to accept that, what an ego you must have.
I do what I can, not because of ego, but out of necessity. I never asked for this.
Cry me a universe. You caught me on a bad day.
What's gone wrong? I was in the past doing what Gordon required of me, and then suddenly I'm here. Wherever this is.
You missed your window for getting back. I rescued you. You're welcome.
But I have no memory of what I did. Was I successful in fixing Gordon's mistake?
Don't know. Although it is in the past from your point of view, it still hasn't played out yet. That will happen when two universes align, and what was done in the past in one reality will play out in a future one. The one I am going to send you to.
Is this future my primary reality? Or another one?
We're wasting time. And believe me, that is heresy.
Is it my fault that I'm dealing with things beyond my comprehension?
I would say yes. Look, I'll leave you with this. Your next mission. Take it seriously. Solve the mystery. Do that, and you'll be back on track.
Very well. Will I remember any of this?
I hope not. Your little mind can only handle so much. For what it's worth, good luck, Captain.
Thank you. Will we meet again?
If we do, it means you failed.
What happens now?
You save the universes, or die trying.
Captain, incoming message.
Put it on the screen, Starlin.
Channel open, sir.
Ah, Uncle Shalob. Hello, Sharp. Good to see you. Congratulations on your recent promotion. Well deserved.
Thank you, Captain. It's appreciated.
Is there anything the Antilles can do for you?
We have a bit of a mystery here. The freighter Caleb 4 reported a gigantic life form which has never been catalogued before. I will send you the coordinates they reported. I know you are not primarily a science vessel, but it's important. We cannot wait for the next available science ship. The creature, if that's what it is, may move on from the vicinity, and we may never find it again.
I understand the significance of discovering new life forms, but what is behind the urgency in this matter?
The only thing I can tell you, and we simply don't know at this point, the alien might be generating some form of energy that can disrupt warp drives and affect the major traffic lanes in that sector.
Yes, that would prove to be a major inconvenience.
More than that, it could be a matter of life or death. Right now, there are a lot of ships handling the plague on Rengloppen. Medical supplies are being ferried in, and they cannot be interfered with. The casualties would be catastrophic.
Mission parameters? If the creature exists, what are my orders regarding it?
I know how you feel about sparing the critters whenever it's possible. If you feel that the life form can be moved without harm, then that's fine. However, I must stress that your primary mission is to restore the traffic lanes for that region. Starfleet Command has a lot of friends on Rengloppen, and their concerns have to be addressed. Am I clear, Captain?
Yes, sir. I'll see what can be done. As soon as we have the coordinates, the Antilles will be on our way.
I'll send you the data packet right away. No excuses, Holt. Get it done.
No one can see me, Captain, but you'll hear me in your head. I won't be able to do this for long. The connection between realities is very tenuous. I understand. Two universes are intertwining. Both timelines are in perfect sync. You'll be switching back and forth in an instant during the crossover events. But they are linked. What you do in one affects the other. So ignore the strangeness of the situation. Easy for you to say. This is the mission I made the mistake, which later on led to disaster for my Antilles and crew. Even worse, it allowed Frost to accomplish some devastating things. So all I have to do is the opposite of what you did originally? Not quite that simple, but in principle, that's what you must do. All right. Anything else you can tell me for now?
Data pack received, Captain.
Very well, Tizrock. Transfer the coordinates to the navigation station. Helmsman, as soon as you receive the coordinates, take us out of here.
Setting course.
Analysis, Brooks.
We're all clear, Captain. There is no danger within our scanner range.
Let's sweep the area. Yellow alert for now. Anything, Brooks?
We're all clear, Captain. Just your typical day on board the Antilles.
I understand the sentiment, Brooks, but maintain vigilance.
Captain, I'm reading a slight drop in engine power.
Wasn't that a sign that the life form may be nearby?
Yes, it is, Sharp.
I was born on Earth.
And when you were old enough, you applied to Starfleet from there?
I certainly did.
Aren't you curious from where I come from?
Not anymore. I investigated you most thoroughly.
Really?
Know thy enemy.
Ridiculous. You like me. I know it, and you know it.
Whatever. Finally. Now be quiet so I can do my job.
Anything on the scanners?
I adjusted the frequency bands, and now I'm picking up what I believe to be the creature.
On screen.
There are energy readings emanating from it. They are interfering with getting clear readings.
Brooks, adjust your scanners to match Tizrock's frequencies. Without our scanners, we won't be able to do our jobs properly.
The creature has seen us. Energy output is increasing.
Maintain full shields. Try and put a little distance between us. If that's the worst the creature can do, we should be all right.
I'm not so sure. When that wave struck us, all systems took a hit. We're down 40% now, Captain.
My scanner has also lost a lot of power.
Any other damage?
Computer's offline, Captain.
What?
Put some distance between us and that creature, Captain. I believe we might get our power back.
Okay, back us away, but don't lose the creature's position.
Power slowly returning, Captain.
Excellent. That was a good hunch, Sharp.
Yes, that and the fact that I may be able to identify the life form.
Indeed.
Sharp, you recognize it?
Yes. Well, it's remarkably similar to the Citaloos, a space creature found in the Threndrick sector. Only they are much smaller in scale than this one.
Perhaps this one's a relative? Maybe this could be the larger cousin to the Citaloos?
But if that is true, This species differs in the way it defends itself. The Citaloos cannot conjure up energy outputs to attack like this one can.
I see. Well, our job remains. We have to move it out of here, or destroy it.
Captain, I would like to avoid that. It does have the right to survive.
Agreed. Let's continue to study it and see what we can learn. From there, we'll make a plan. We have some time.
Scanners are picking up an approaching craft.
And again, maybe not. Does Rock's status on our long-range scanners?
Operating at a reduced capacity, but operational enough to receive vital information.
Good. Readings on those ships. What can you tell me about them?
They are an unknown race at this time, Captain. The technological level, based on their ship construction, is less than our own. I do not believe they present any danger to us.
Despite the fact we are outnumbered.
Yes, Captain.
Well, let's not get overconfident. Sharp, you recognize the life form. Anything you could tell me about who is operating those ships?
Not at this time, Captain.
I thought Threndrets knew everything.
For the most part, we do.
An accurate description for Vulcans as well.
You have something, Tizrock?
I initiated a search on my high-security database to see anything resembling our 3 ships out there.
What have you learned?
With minor exceptions, the design of the ships indicate that they could be a race known as Agnopores, extremely xenophobic and aggressive whenever they are encountered. As a result, very little is known of them. The Federation does not have any treaties with them in place currently.
Yes, I did know the answer after all.
Of course. What are they doing now? Readings.
Working on it, Captain. Their behavior makes no sense.
To us, maybe. You can be sure, to them, it does.
I'm now picking up some kind of telepathic energy.
I'm sensing it too.
Are we being attacked?
The energy is not directed at us, Captain.
Then where?
At the creature, Captain.
Are you saying they are talking to it?
The creature is reacting to the telepathic beam. It's in distress.
Are we reading the situation right?
Now the creature is reacting to the beam in pain.
I concur. And now the creature is emanating some energy waves of its own. The scanners are no longer functioning properly. In fact, the entire computer is offline.
What about our shields?
Functioning, but not at full power.
Sickbay. Dr. Miles.
Sickbay here, Captain.
I know you've been monitoring the situation. Anything you can tell me about the space creature, Doc?
All my long-range medical scans have proven to be inconclusive. Almost like phasers bouncing off a deflector shield. I've never seen anything like it. I'll keep at it and let you know if I figure something out.
Very well, Doctor.
Sickbay out.
I have an answer, Captain. These life forms naturally emanate Gazbanez waves. Harmless to us, of course, but hazardous to our computer systems.
These type of waves interact with ships and take a long time to dissipate.
Once they leave the ship, our system should return to normal.
Any chance that this is a deliberate act of sabotaging us?
No, sir. I doubt they are even aware our computers would be affected. The waves are a natural part of their being, like breathing is to us.
No wonder the doc had such a hard time reading the creature.
I'm only concerned with our vulnerability right now. If an emergency should arrive at this time...
Captain, I think we are misunderstanding the point of this event.
And what is that, Tizrak?
The creature's natural energy emanations were exacerbated by a deliberate act from the Agnacores.
Are you suggesting...
that the Agnacore know that they cannot defeat us, so they are using the creature to attack and disable us.
Engines down, Captain.
Always stay vigilant against the weaker opponent. We need to buy some time. Let's open a channel and speak to the Agnacore.
I doubt they will respond to us, given how much they despise everyone.
Point taken. We'll speed the diplomatic process as fast as we can without being rude, then get our ship up and running again. Starlin, open the channel.
Channel open, Captain.
This is Captain Holt Allen of the Antilles, representing the United Federation of Planets.
I am Grimatrice, leader of Flight Group 62. What right do you have invading our space? We demand you leave the area immediately.
There is no official claim on this region. Nevertheless, we are on a mission of mercy.
That is no excuse for your intrusion. State the nature of your mission.
I will, if you will explain why you are here.
That is none of your business. We have the right to defend ourselves.
Defend yourselves? Who are you fighting with? Maybe we can offer you assistance.
An offer of help coming from an enemy is an invitation to disaster. We are not so foolish, and we won't let our guard down.
I admire your strength. However, we are on a peaceful mission. There is no conflict with your people.
So you say. We know different.
I know you are aware of our superior technology. The fact that we're having this conversation should indicate to you that we are not attacking you in any way.
Another lie. A friendly suggestion then. Reverse your course and sublight yourselves out of our territory.
Perhaps we can arrive at a solution working together. Cooperation on both sides seems like a reasonable way to go. You didn't say your name or your intentions.
No, I didn't.
Interesting.
And informative.
Let's compare notes, Tizrak.
Captain, what is not said can be very telling.
Agreed. My impression is they are afraid of us being here. More than that, they know the Antilles is too powerful under normal circumstances to push us away.
Which explains why they are using the creature to do the work for them.
The bigger question, Tizrak, why are they willing to risk war with the Federation?
It may be a case of territory defense, taken to the extreme.
Maybe. But my instincts are telling me
that the creature was brought here as some sort of security measure.
For what reason?
We must try and get some readings beyond the creature.
Hab, reroute power to Tizrak's scanners, but maintain shields at all costs. Clear?
Aye, sir.
I believe we are close enough to attempt communication with the creature, Captain.
Do you think it'll understand Galactic Standard?
No, I was thinking of the Threndrek's ability to adjust brainwave patterns and organize them as a language.
What will you tell it?
It's not as simple as that. However, my goal is to convince it we mean it no harm. And we are not responsible for what the Agnicores are doing to it.
It will take great skill to convey that much information.
Naturally. Threndreks are always up to the task.
They certainly believe that, at any rate, Captain.
Well, it's worth a shot. How long will it take to complete your preparations, Sharp?
About 30 minutes, Captain. No more than that.
Excellent. Proceed, Mr. Sharp.
Yes, Captain.
I wish to point out, with our shields fluctuating, the Agnicores might try and slip someone aboard this ship, maybe even an explosive device. We must remain vigilant.
Good point, Tizrak. I'm going to stretch my legs and visit the science lab. Inform me if the situation changes. Gordon, it's good to see you. But, well, you rarely bring good news. I am the bearer of information, and that should be enough for you. Think how fortunate it is to have me around. Oh, I do. But it was not my intention to insult you. I know that. We need to figure this situation out. From the in-between realities. You mentioned a shatter point and a decision not taken that led to the destruction of your Antilles. Yes, thanks to the intersection of the different universes, we are at the right time and place. Although in reality, they occurred years apart. Let's not muddy the waters. This should be simple. What did you do in this situation the first time? I will then explore the other option and fix the problem. If only it were that simple. The fact is, I've placed you in a causality loop. It was unintentional and unexpected. Causality loop? I'm afraid so. Does that matter? We can still take a course of action that differs from yours and resolve this, right? There are quantum complications at play here. Meaning? Hold. Meaning that there might not be a way out like we thought. You said causality loop. If I get your meaning, how long have we been stuck here? We've had this conversation 6 times now. We've done this dance 6 times before? As far as I am aware of. There is a possibility that it might be more. That implies multiple failures involving our predicament. True. But since I can exist outside this timeline, we have an advantage at work here. I remember all the events in a way that otherwise could not be remembered by you or your crew otherwise. So what went wrong? Are we making the same mistakes over and over again? No. But it's not that simple either. I'm sure. But to the point, what has been tried? And what is the next move? 6 times. 6 different strategies employed. I'm thinking we tried the right move, but it was the wrong time to do it. Let's focus on that. What exactly do you mean by time? The currents of causality are unpredictable. A right move at the wrong time can result in failure. This has been the case for us the last 6 attempts. Have you always known this? Not consciously. It's not as if this situation is an everyday occurrence. I'm not an oracle of perfection, Holt. Sorry, Gordon. I didn't mean that as an accusation. I'm just a man looking for some answers. Yeah, me too. Would it help if I called my officers in? Despite their insights and intelligence, my instincts say the answer must come from ourselves. This mission is a ripple from the Frost event. A creature out there. How does it fit into this problem? As a life form, it's not important. But in this particular moment, it's become essential. Agreed. The bigger question is it the creature? Or is it distracting us from the problem? Good question. Look, we can speculate at each other for an eternity, but a locked-in reality is our enemy. Solutions. That's what's required. Yes. And adherence to the one constant in the universe. Change. You might be onto something. A new paradigm. Yeah. Let's think about this. The situation can look like one thing, and to an extent be that thing, but at the same time is altogether something else. Much like the Antilles. She was designed to be a medical vessel and at the last moment reassigned into a heavy cruiser. True. But I was thinking of the human condition. What does it mean to us? We scratch, claw, and fight at everything the universe throws at us. We want to learn to grow, all the while surviving. Why do we do this? It's how we're built. Call it the survival reflex, which is exactly what the space creature is doing. Agreed. So what do we do about it? We need to deflect the energy-depleting waves and render the creature harmless without killing it. Noble. But if it could be done, why hasn't the science officer suggested it? Because we're going to think outside the box. Can you translate the way your suit works into a process the Antilles can use? But I don't fully understand how my suit works. This is alien technology. Gordon, think about it. If we can transport the waves into another dimension before they strike us, that would buy us enough time to resolve the situation. There isn't enough time. You'll be destroyed long before I can get back with the answers. Are you giving up? We don't do that. The universe is literally depending on us. As if I didn't know. If only we could make the Antilles act like your suit. Wait a minute. Maybe it can't be done. However, what are you thinking? What if I act as a conduit, using my suit as a portal? You would be a living deflector shield. Brilliant. But is it possible? I really don't know. The technology is partly powered by the brain of its user. If I can clearly rationalize a course of action, maybe it's possible. We have to try. It's probably the only way. You get back up to the bridge. I'll see what I can do. How will I know what to do? Look for a window of opportunity. Whatever it may be. Holt, it may kill me, or send me to somewhere you'll never see me again. Don't let that stop you. Act when you can. There is too much at stake. Are we clear? Clear. Good luck, Gordon. To us both. Captain's log, supplemental. I've informed my crew what we are trying to do. Power levels on the Antilles are critical. I fear I may have no choice but to destroy the creature if our options run out. Despite initial confusion involving Gordon's actions, the bridge stands ready to act. Status.
The waves are still hitting us, Captain.
Have switch over everything to our deflectors, except life support.
Aye, sir. That will buy us another hour at the current power drain rate.
Thanks, Ab. Do what you can.
Readings are good. We'll know more in a moment.
Confirmed, Captain.
Excellent. But what does that mean?
Allow me, Captain.
Go ahead, Sharp.
The attack rays are being bounced off and reflected back at the alien ships, which then are being changed and hitting the space creature.
I see.
An accurate description. But the reason for this is unknown at the time. Logically, I cannot see how this is occurring so suddenly.
Time is relative, Tizrock. It may appear that it's happening fast, but in reality, it could be hours, days, years.
How would you know this, Captain?
Gordon, we discussed the idea of him using Frost technology to aid us. How is he doing this? I simply don't know.
Intriguing. It would appear we have a guardian angel.
Indeed, Tizrock.
The rays have completely stopped, Captain.
What's happening out there?
The Agnicor vessels have retreated out of range. The space creature is exuding more power. A healthy life reading since we arrived.
Amazing. What's the creature doing now?
It's radiating a displacement pattern. I believe it's preparing to exit this zone.
As we hoped.
All's well that ends well.
It has vanished. I am reading a radiation beam emanating from the place where it existed. It is identical to what we know of Frost technology.
What is its heading?
Coordinates are clear. The beam is targeting an area of Sector 667.
Then that's where we are going. Navigator, plot us a course.
Yes, sir.
And let's keep our eyes open. We are about to face the unknown head on.
feeling, Tazrak?
Feeling? Is that a pertinent question at this moment? As you can see, I am quite busy.
So, you are feeling normal?
I am functioning at full capacity. I do not understand the line of this inquiry.
Well, I am curious. My understanding is that Vulcans have telepathic abilities.
That is common knowledge. Your point.
I've been mentally talking with an unknown entity for the last 10 minutes. I would have thought you'd pick up on this.
You should have alerted me immediately.
But I was in the middle of a conversation.
Are you communicating with this entity right now?
No. All is silent. It's a pity. It was quite enlightening.
Captain, we have a situation that needs your immediate attention. I am concerned that you did not immediately let us know that something was trying to contact you.
We Threndrets are a civilized species. Rudeness is not considered polite.
Okay, that's enough, you two. Listen, Sharp, I want you to let me know in the future if any alien contacts you. It'll make my life easier and Tazrak's life easier. Let's continue this conversation.
Who contacted you, and what was the nature of your conversation?
It is my belief that it was someone who encountered Varin Frost.
And this entity mentions Frost specifically.
My entire conversation did not involve words, per se, but rather impressions of emotional concepts. It is hard to articulate. However, it became my primary reason to seek you out, Tazrak.
I don't understand. Is it because she's a Vulcan?
Precisely, Captain. Telepathic encounters are often impressions, mental constructs, as it were. Although it may be clear in your mind, it is often difficult to describe utilizing spoken language.
Yes, exactly.
Despite the obstacles of this message, are we in any danger?
Not from the messenger. There was a sense we were being warned. The danger lies ahead of us.
And what is the nature of this danger?
My impression is that there are powerful forces outside of our capability to defend against.
The very definition of Frost technology.
But why were we contacted? What's the point in warning us?
It is essential to obtain answers to those questions.
Agreed. Sharp, what else can you tell us?
The message ended much like it started, abrupt. But overall, I would translate the whole dialogue as, turn back, powerful forces, twist. We tried once, and are no more. The scientist is now the science. The merging of desolate multitudes is upon us.
That seems pretty straightforward, Sharp. How accurate is your interpretation of the message?
Given my level of intelligence and the circumstances, extremely accurate, Captain.
Using this as a basis for any future action may be problematic. Although the concepts are clear, there is too much unsaid for an informed decision on our part.
I will immediately let you both know if I am contacted again.
That would be prudent.
Let's maintain this course. Maximum scanners. We've come too far to turn back now unless the danger is readily apparent. We continue on this course. Agreed?
With caution, Captain. With caution.
Hold position. Sharp, are you receiving any telepathic contact?
Nothing at all, Captain.
I have not received any transmissions either.
Full scanners.
Picking up something, Captain. Up ahead. I believe we've found the destination point of the radiation beam.
Excellent. Helmsman, take us to that course.
2.6 hours at present speed.
When we arrive, leave a little distance, just in case a problem arises.
Aye, sir.
Still in perfect health, Doctor.
These damn Threndrets. Every time I see one, they keep bragging about how healthy they are. It's getting on my last damn nerve.
Now, Doctor. I would think they would be your ideal patients.
I guess.
Lieutenant Shilub and Shreb also report perfect health.
I see what you mean.
What I wouldn't give right now for a minor case of the Nabulian plague. I'll be in sickbay if you need me. Good day, Captain.
There is an object where the beam terminates.
On screen.
The pyramid is demonstrating conflicting sources of energy, possible gateways to other dimensions, or realities. It seems to be very advanced, but there are signs it is Frost technology.
Maybe, Sharp. This is the source for your telepathic contact.
Yes, quite possibly.
Do you think it might be the pyramid itself you talked to?
That would imply it is sentient.
Yes. What do you think, Sharp?
My instinct concurs with this theory.
Try contacting it with your mind. If anything happens, inform us immediately, understood?
Of course, Captain. I'll attempt contact starting now.
Hold. Meet me in conference room 4 right now. Just you. Important topics to discuss. Brooks, take the con. Inform me if the situation changes immediately. I'll be right back. Time is of the essence, Captain. If that's true, why just me and not my officers? You can make my determination after we speak. I'll wager you'll agree to the merits of keeping it just between the two of us. You got my attention, Gordon. I can tell you what that pyramid is out there. Is it a threat to my ship? It has the potential to be one. However, if you don't provoke it, the Antilles will remain safe. How do you define provoking it? Do not attempt to board it or explore it beyond the use of scanners. Doing so will activate its defense mechanisms, and your ship will not survive this action. Are you saying we should leave the sector? That's up to you. However, what if I were to say to you that the pyramid might hold the key to altering key events? Altering? Like stopping Frost? Perhaps. But I've learned some things, and let's be honest, we are the same person essentially. And it will be inevitable. You will learn what I know, and what the consequences are. Dire, dangerous, unknowable. Yes to all three. The longer you are kept in the dark, the greater the chasm for disaster. So, enlighten me. That pyramid out there can be found in every universe, every reality. It's the one piece of technology that initially helped Frost achieve some of his plans. How does the pyramid work? What is its function? Think of it as a prism that can focus waves of reality and bend them to your will, providing that you have the knowledge to do so. And is this the case for you, Gordon? I am but a drop in the ocean of the pyramid technology. I can show you some things, but you must decide what the final outcome will be. Why me and not you, Gordon? You claim to know how it works. I have tried, but over the years, failure after failure has worn me out. I finally realized that it wasn't meant for me, but for this Holt Allen. Of this reality, he might be the right fit. Interesting. So you understand the technology, but cannot use it for what you need it for. Exactly. To what end? What were you trying to do? Saving Natalie. How could that be possible? Because Natalie wasn't supposed to die, and that created a fragmentation in this reality, an untapped loophole of quantum flux. What does that mean? It might be possible to right the wrong regarding her death. We must try. Of course, otherwise I would not be telling you about her. Let's go. It's not that simple. Remember, I am you, and I failed every single time it's been attempted. Why? How come saving Natalie is so difficult? Are we talking about simple time travel? Simple? Hardly. Can that pyramid out there help us? In theory, yes. Okay, that's a start. What must I do? First, listen to me. The pyramid is a lens for different celestial tapestries. Pick any one at any time, and you can travel, but never return without the key. The key? A device that operates within many limitations, rules that are immutable and cannot be reasoned with or altered in any way. Using it is not unlike a funhouse of mirrors, except the glass contained reflections of the multiverse. Frost sent me there once, in the past. As did I, Holt. If you weren't able to save her, then why do you think I can? Nothing is certain, especially this. In order to save Natalie, the mold of reality must be understood, and with that knowledge, create a fit that will allow compatibility to occur. I sense you are oversimplifying for the sake of time. Of course. It took me years to comprehend the magnitude of what I attempted. I see. And you feel my crew can't help us? They can help, but to a very limited degree. Okay. What do you need me to do? Right now, Sharp is attempting to contact that pyramid. Soon he will make contact with it again. As it was destined, he already talked to it without fully understanding what he was communicating with. Maybe he can ask it to help us? Good idea, Captain. But there is more to be done after that. I may talk an awful lot, but I can listen too. As well I know, Holt. I must save her, Gordon. I have no choice. I've been in contact with Gordon, and we must position ourselves in preparation for an important mission.
Captain, can you elaborate further? What could be more important than the mission we're on?
Think of it as an extension of our current mission, Zrock. Sharp, prepare for contact with the pyramid.
Sir, how do you know? I am in contact with the pyramid. So that's who I was talking with.
Fascinating. It appears Gordon has excellent intel.
Indeed he has. Sharp, what is the pyramid saying to you?
It is greeting me. It says it knows you.
Captain, I recommend caution. We cannot be certain of its motivations.
Noted.
May I ask how you seem to understand the pyramid, sir?
Gordon has apprised me.
I see.
All I can tell you right now, Tazrak, is the pyramid is sentient, despite the fact it was created mechanically.
Interesting.
I have it on good authority that we'll be making progress shortly, and then we can figure out our next move.
Logical.
Sharp, any progress?
The pyramid is called Kailanamo. It's inquiring about our intentions.
Be absolutely clear, Sharp. Explain to it that we are explorers and we mean it no harm.
You can count on me, Captain.
Tazrak, I can tell you there is a possibility to right a wrong, with the ramifications being a restoration in our universe.
A worthy endeavor, Captain. I assume Gordon is responsible for this information.
Correct. And so far, he has been accurate.
Kailanamo understands our intentions, Captain.
Ask it if it would allow me to visit along with Gordon.
Asking now, sir.
Well, Sharp?
I asked. No reply as of yet.
Captain, I would be remiss if I did not point out that going over there alone is not recommended.
Tazrak, if I could take you with me, I would. I'm hoping that Gordon will be at my side. I'll be in good hands.
In that case, all measures must be provided for your safe return.
Agreed. Providing the pyramid will agree with my visit.
Indeed.
Kailanamo says you and Gordon can visit, but no one else.
Okay. Sharp, tell the pyramid I will beam over within the hour. Make sure you thank it.
Understood, Captain.
Here are my orders. Tazrak will be in charge of monitoring the developing situation. Brooks, you are in command. If you feel the situation is dangerous, take the ship out. Is everyone clear on that? Everything's the same. Good. What happens next? An attempt for the ages. But I fear for your safety, Holt. To take on the impossible. It's what I do. Arrogance doesn't suit you. I mean us. Point taken. What aren't you telling me, Gordon? The trap of the multiverse is built into the mechanism of the pyramid. The reason for the importance of this moment is that the key reality, this one, is overlapping for the briefest of times. Think of it as a square whose corner is folded over itself. But the dimensional tunnel that leads to Natalie is riddled with side pockets. You will find yourself in them. You must escape and resume your journey. That won't be a problem. If I see it's not Natalie, then I won't stay. You say that, but you'll unwittingly want to stay. Each reality is a piece of you. It will seem natural for you to remain in it. Is that what happened to you? Every single time. By the time I realized my situation, the portal to Natalie failed. So the more direct I arrive to Natalie, the more time I'll have to save her. Time is the factor, but the actual dimensional portal that may lead to her will only give you mere moments. Why? Can't I go back a day before she dies? Why not a week? In the time we have left for you to accomplish your task, Explanations will have to be put aside. Stay on the pathway that you will traverse. Focus. At best, you will have little or no time to save Natalie. So to be clear, I placed this device that Frost had given me in the past on Natalie. How can I trust something from Frost? Because he gifted it to you with the idea for you to use it in this manner. How could he know? Linear thinking, Captain. It's not the way to go. How come I can't use the device on both of us to escape? It's designed for a one-time use only. Once activated and placed on that person, they are sent away. You will never know where or when. That's the high price you'll pay. But if you don't, Natalie will certainly die. Is it possible I will be sending her to another death? I'm sorry, Holt. If Natalie is to have any chance at all, this is it. And I have no choice, Gordon. You knew it was never going to be easy. Assuming I'm successful, how will I get back here? Take this communicator. It has been modified by me. Only one channel will open, and that's directly to me. Once Natalie is saved, call for me. I'll get you home. Theoretically. What do you mean, theoretically? Well, I never succeeded, did I? Together we will. Let's do this. Stay right there. I'm going to ask Kailanama to activate the prism. Prepare for the journey. Holt, save Natalie if possible. Menard once told me that a long-range sensor reported that a human escaped the shuttle explosion. Does that mean I succeed? It means either Natalie or you had escaped. Nothing is certain. Kailanama, open the dimensional path back to this universe, to the events I will mentally provide. Teleport the being standing next to me. Do this now. Whatever happens, thank you. Who are you?
Doubt.
Is that your name?
It is what I am.
This isn't right. I don't belong here.
Are you sure? Look around. Surely you recognize where you are?
The house on the water.
No one arrives here unless they belong here.
Wait. I am on a mission. Why can't I remember?
I do the mission of restrictions.
Restrictions?
You know, time, energy, and a certain device. Ridiculous. Well, I can do this, but not that. I have all the time in the world, but time is running out. Do you really trust Gordon?
With my life.
You are on a fool's errand.
I have to go.
Go where? It seems dimensional travel has messed with your mind.
I don't know. But I don't belong here.
So you say. Leave then.
I didn't want anybody to see me this way. Leave me be. You seem somehow familiar. I have that kind of face. Hurt much? Yes. Soon, you'll be able to rest. So many people depending on me. What will become of them? Your legacy will surely carry on. Know this to be true. Are you my guardian angel? Yes. Who are you? What if I told you I'm a starship captain? I always wanted to see one. Me too. It won't be long now. Halt. I wonder, where am I going? To the stars. Natalie. 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 You need to change history. Time is running out. You need to change time. You need to change time. I'm trying. You need to change history. I know. It's the only way. I must get to Natalie before time runs out. It's the only way. It's the only way. Computer, how long until engine overload?
25 seconds until shuttle destruction.
Is there any way to stop the engine overload?
Negative. 22.
Gordon, I'm here. Keep a lock on me at all times.
20. 19.
Natalie.
8. 17. 15. 14. 13.
I'm so sorry.
12.
If this is your only chance to live.
10.
Wherever you end up, I hope you'll be happy. If it's possible, I will find you.
7.
I love
6.
you.
5. 4. 3. 2.
Gordon, now! I can't believe it. You did it. You saved Natalie. She was right there. Alive. But there was no time. I had to let her go. Are you okay? It was the hardest thing I ever had to do.
Tja. So oder so. Hier geht's weiter. 39 Minuten. Fast 40. Ganz schön verworren, die Geschichte hier. Aber man kommt durch. Man kommt durch.
Captain's log. Unknown. The Antilles has traveled through a region dominated by an uncharted nebula. We emerged from it only to find our engines and shields barely working. Life support systems are at a dangerously low power level as well. So far, we have no explanation as to why this has happened. Status on the Antilles systems?
The mains are down, sir.
Continue with the repair operations. Just as important, find the underlying cause of all these malfunctions happening.
Aye, sir. I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
Captain Allen, I have a message for you. Do you accept?
Who are you? How do you know who I am?
Do you accept?
Security? Security. This is the captain speaking. Security?
We are quite alone. Do you accept the message I bring?
This has become one hell of a day. Are you responsible for the condition of my ship?
Captain Allen, do you accept?
Yes, damn it. I accept the message.
Directly ahead is a way station. It is a destination. It is a variant of fate.
That is very interesting. Who has sent this message?
That information is not available to me. What is required is an answer to the question. Will you transport alone to the station upon arrival?
What happens if I refuse?
Is that your answer?
I need more information.
All that is known has been told.
This is awfully cryptic. Why do I feel that there is an unspoken threat happening here?
An answer is required. Do you accept the invitation?
I don't know. Now what? Another riddle. Just what I needed. Rock, activate long-range scanners. You should find an alien station somewhere straight ahead. Plot a course straight for it. Don't ask me how I know this. I'll be on the bridge shortly. Up to now. Moment of truth, Dizrak.
But not unexpected, Captain.
It's possible they are a threat to us, Captain. Unable to get a full reading on the ship.
Maintain maximum scans.
Perhaps you should remain here as well, Captain.
Appreciate the concern, but I am going. I feel I have to go.
All captains feel that way, sir.
Yeah. I guess we do. You will be in charge, Tizarok. If you don't hear from me in 2 hours, leave. Get the ship out of here and back to Starbase 455 for repairs.
Yes, sir.
I'm counting on you, Tizarok. I'm Captain Holt Allen. I've accepted your invitation. Now the question remains, why?
You have become known to us.
I'm flattered.
We have a concern regarding you.
What do you call yourselves? Who constructed this place?
I am a servant of the Time Guardian. This is a way station of the Gordon organization. All journeys start from here.
I thought it began with the house on the water.
It is but a branch in the tree of the universes. You have a larger task and purpose. We're here to get you back on track.
Is this path one that leads to Verenfrost?
Yes. The one you are currently avoiding.
Not sure that's true. I'm trying everything I can to stop Frost.
It is not enough.
If there is a course of action I need to take, enlighten me.
The fact that you are unaware of the holes in the fabric of the universe distresses us greatly.
I didn't ask for this. Universal survival shouldn't depend on one person alone. If the situation is slipping away, why not help me? Perhaps together we can find our way.
That is all we have ever done. But it is a sign of wisdom that you admit you need help. And so it shall be.
Let me contact my ship first and give them an update. Hello, Betty. This is Dr. Allen.
What money?
You know why I'm calling. I wish to talk to Dr. Frost.
I'm sorry, he isn't here, Doctor.
What do you mean he's not there?
Dr. Frost didn't come in today.
Betty, you and I both know that he is. Tell him I need to speak to him.
I understand. I will make sure he gets your message.
Well, what about Mr. Zale? He's another one I wish to talk to.
Dr. Zale didn't come in today.
I will not tolerate everyone avoiding me. There are matters of great importance to discuss.
I understand. I really do.
All right, Betty, I trust you.
Thank you, Dr. Allen.
If I don't hear from you soon, Betty, you know I'm going to call back.
Yes, Doctor.
I won't stand for it.
I'll do my best, sir.
All right, Betty. Thank you. We have to talk.
So what's up? What's going on?
I've been trying to reach Mr. Frost. It seems he's avoiding me.
Can I get you anything?
No, I'm good. Actually, I'm not. You worked in the lab with us. What's your take?
Frost? I don't think it's an avoidance issue. You know how he gets when working.
I do. But there is a point where that excuse ends. Mary, you know as well as I do that Project Thoughtfield is far more successful than any of us can admit to.
I have one question for you.
Far more dangerous, you mean?
Have you?
Exactly. But it got so much worse after you left. Even more so since I left the project.
How so?
Frost decided to move the timetable up. He was no longer content to experiment on somebody else. Instead,
Entschuldigung, ich war grad.
He chose himself.
Mir hat einer was geschickt.
I didn't hear anything about that. It merits concern for sure. You witnessed this personally?
Yes. I tried to convince him to stop. That it was reckless. I was shouting into the wind. He refused to listen.
I take it you left him in protest?
In a way, I did try returning to the lab with the intention of slowing things down.
It was the reason I left the project, but are you sure it's dangerous? I remember Frost being frustrated at the lack of results.
That rapidly changed. With the new drugs, we went from theoretical to actual application. My God, we were right. But I never thought, pun intended, that it would go this far.
Can you be more specific? What has happened to rattle you so?
Thought is energy. Energy is thought.
And Varen was able to manifest it? For real?
Yes. Really.
How far along is the experiment?
He can change reality. I've seen the signs. Evidence.
If reality is being changed, how could you know? It's not logical.
I can't answer that. Possibly, it's beyond logic.
Any examples, something I would notice?
He's removed all color from the world.
Color? What do you mean? The world is made up of shades of gray and black. There is no color here.
I seem to be the only one who knows that wasn't the case until recently.
If I didn't know you so well, I would say this is crazy. Can you prove it?
How can I? I'm not even sure I can explain how I know this as a fact. It may have to do with the few drugs I sampled, but it defies all reason, nevertheless.
Maybe. I'll put on a pot of coffee and we can continue this discussion.
It's all falling apart. But I'm the only one who knows.
Don't worry. You might be in error. We'll figure it out.
Ich bin wirklich in der Folge 2 Lektion geworden.
Okay.
We have to talk.
energetic realm of being, or potential being in which the universe is regarded as a part or instance. Coincidence means a remarkable concurrence of events or circumstances without apparent causal connection. It means correspondence in nature or in time of occurrence. It means the presence of ionizing particles or other objects in two or more detectors simultaneously, or of two or more signals simultaneously in the circuit.
The simultaneous occurrence of events which appear significantly related, but have no discernible causal connection.
The simultaneous occurrence of events which appear significantly related, but have no discernible causal connection. The simultaneous occurrence of events which appear significantly related, but have no discernible causal connection.
I saw Frost.
I see. Where is he? I must see him.
He's insane. No question about it.
I know what his plan is. The end of the world. Of existence. I know how he will accomplish this. That's why I must see him.
You can't. He's gone. The lab is all packed up.
How did you find him?
I didn't. He found me. A knock on the door, and the next moment he was standing right here.
I wish you called me.
There was no time. We exchanged words, and then he left.
What did he want?
He left you a message.
Tell me.
Reality is nothing but insanity held in check by perception.
That's cryptic. Even for him.
One more thing as he was leaving. It's time for Luna's baptism to cleanse, and awakening follows.
So, I was right.
I told you he's insane. Who talks like that?
Someone who will carry out a plan that describes a means to an end.
But what does it all mean?
He has the weapon to wipe us all out in one fell shot. I never thought it was possible.
I don't understand.
Frost is going to hurl the moon into this planet. And that is a very real threat because he is now capable of thinking that into happening. We're too late. implications are becoming clear.
Admit it. The outcome was inevitable.
So tired.
One cannot escape one's own mind.
What would you know about it?
More than you know. But self-pity is nothing more than celebrating the departure of an unwanted guest.
Perhaps. I'm too tired to try anymore. Or care.
To lie with your own self is a great sin. On this dark night, the illumination of truth must remain. Otherwise, why fight the isolated battle?
Stop talking nonsense. I chose the solitary path.
For the sake of all.
For the living.
It's quite funny coming from a decaying source.
Cruel. Very cruel.
It's kindness and compassion that's unkind. The work must continue.
I'm afraid. I cling to the notion of time. And yet a part of me wants it over with.
I know.
There is the nobility in being crushed by a nightmare. Especially when it's a dream for another.
Each idea has merit. It changes nothing.
Why are you here?
Because you want me to be.
Perhaps I wanted company, and not the loss of a darkened confusion.
The loss of nature is an abstraction. The loss of life is very real.
I cannot compete with the thought.
There is no shame bracing for the tumult.
Batting on one level doesn't mean a failure on all. Maybe I can succeed somewhere else. Elsewhere. You're mocking me.
If you say so. The one is the many, and the many can be one.
Fragility. The eternity of the moment.
We own nothing except the present.
I'll try and remember that. Maybe there is an explanation. Dimensional shift? Illusion or hallucination? Have I done drugs?
When was the last time you stopped thinking about yourself?
There is a logical explanation for all of this.
I thought, Mr. You just don't see it. The mystery is always bigger than any one of us.
Exactly.
You agree, but do not truly believe. We both want the same thing, to set everything right once again. The path we are currently on is the wrong one.
Maybe the real insanity is the fact that the world has more of me in it.
Is it possible that you've become so introspective that you've turned yourself inside out?
Like a funhouse. That way lies madness.
A fundamental truth, but it won't help you in your efforts to stop me. I hold all the cards in this rigged game.
You're a pretentious fool.
We shall see.
Shut up.
We shall see, shall see, we shall see, shall see.
Shut up. I'm Dr. Holt Allen, physicist. I'm Holt Allen, graphic designer. I'm Holt Allen, graphic designer. I'm Captain Allen. I'm Dr. Holt Allen, physicist. I'm Dr. Holt Allen, physicist. I'm Holt Allen, graphic designer. I'm Captain Holt Allen. I'm Holt Allen, graphic designer. I'm Captain Allen. I'm Dr. Holt Allen, physicist. I'm Captain Holt Allen. Frost! Ransom me, damn it all! I know what you're doing. You must stop this. Killing us all won't stop the pain. know this. Frost! You know this? You know this!
Do you understand?
Point has been made. I understand.
The Antilles is fully functional, sir. It appears whatever you did reversed what has happened to us. Up here, I am at a loss for an explanation.
Just a little bending of reality, that's all.
I see. Did you find any answers for us, Captain?
I did. But I'm not sure I can use what I know now. I will be needing your help, Tizrock, no doubt.
I will endeavor to assist you however I can, Captain.
Twilight Zone. Das ist definitiv Twilight Zone hier. So, kommt hier noch was oder wie oder was? Also 8 Minuten, Quatsch, 10 Sekunden und nichts auf dem Bildschirm. Habe ich hier was verpasst oder was? Ah. Hat jetzt gedauert 30 Sekunden fast. So läuft er. Das ist jetzt hier ein Witz sein, oder was? Habe ich jetzt hier irgendwas verpasst? Okay, wir machen noch einen Sprung.
Some sort of temporal anomaly. or you have forgotten what century we're in. The Etzel, of course, is from the 25th century. We have done some traveling as of late through space and time. So we are now, after being lost for a year in the Omega Quadrant, the ever-elusive 5th quadrant of the galaxy. Yes, 5th quadrant of the galaxy. We were as surprised as you. We have accidentally transported ourselves back to the 23rd century, where Captain Kirk's not Captain the Enterprise yet, but it's around that time. You know, it's 23rd century. Klingons are still bad, and you know, when the ship gets hit, rocks fall from the ceiling. So you know, we're stuck, and it's not great, but we're making the best of it. And Starfleet has asked us to stay out of the way, so that is what we are doing. So you need to stay out of the way and don't mess up anything for the timeline. Speaking of the timeline, I need to ask the crew something because I'm testing you all right now. This is a pop quiz. All right, now, if you had to go back in time to change one thing in your life, what would it be?
Kill baby Hitler.
Okay.
In your life.
In your lifetime, Dan. No? Nothing? Anything from over here on this side of the room?
Does that have to be Hitler, or can we just kill anyone?
Well, ideally it would be something from your lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
Alter, was ist das hier?
Okay.
Ein Fanfilm wurde dann erst bei der Quizshow gelandet.
That's good. Don't know why I needed that information. Okay, now just as a reminder to everybody, the bar half-aft is out this entrance here. If there's a warp core breach or literal fire, that entrance is where you go. But only if there's a warp core breach.
Okay, sprechen Machtwort, Schwachsinn. Punkt. Es ist ja Etzel. Die ganze Zeit auf einer Bühne und dann so ein Blödsinn dabei. Sag mal, Leute, go fuck yourself. Okay, nehmen wir das, was wir noch haben. Und das ist wahrscheinlich Raumschiffsschlachten. Ja, da haben wir. Ja, danke. Die habe ich gesehen. Das ist mit der dümmste Scheiß, den es bei Star Trek gibt. Danke. Das hier könnte noch was werden. Und dann sind wir auch schon durch. Dann packen wir uns jetzt noch so ein paar von den Raumschiffdingern da rein. Also den Blödsinn mit den Etzel, vergiss es. Also das ist... ich will hier Star Trek sehen und nicht so eine Engaged Scheiße. Black Track hatten wir, das hatten wir auch, das auch. Wo ich sagen muss, das Lego-Ding hat mir richtig gut gefallen. Das Lego-Ding war mit der geilste Scheiß, den ich gesehen habe. Ich glaube, den hatten wir nicht, weil das auch nur Dingens ist. Das hatten wir, das kenne ich schon, aber das ist ja für nur Raumschiffkacke ist das gut, wenn ich es mal so ausdrücken darf. Hier kommen wir bei den guten Dingen wieder an, bei den richtig guten Teilen. Herausragende Story. Farragut Forward würden wir morgen gucken, im Zuge des Fanfilms Samstags mit dem 3. Teil meiner liebsten Fanfilme. Das hatten wir. Das haben wir nicht. Das hatten wir auch nicht. So, jetzt haben wir alle. Wo bin ich? Gott, jetzt muss ich erstmal rausfinden, wo wir hier waren. Okay, hatten wir. Blödsinn. Oh, da wird sogar mit Figuren gearbeitet. Das ist ja. Ne? Ups, Entschuldigung. Das war das Falsche. Ach, mal das Mikro aus, muss man was Neues trinken.
Captain's log. We are minutes away from the Starfleet signal, and despite Eve's assurance that it is real, I can't help but feel that someone or something is messing with us. First, it was the rift. Then the information to help us ride it out. The Eve virtual intelligence becoming sentient, and now the Starfleet signal. But to add to our growing list of unanswered questions. My first officer, Commander Lepole, has just informed me that the distress signal that started all this was a fake, and the rift that brought us here was artificially created. With the discovery of the beacon by one of Shintara's staff and the revelation that this same device is from the 25th century, it's looking more like that we have been lured into this abhorrent trap and placed us not only outside our own galaxy, but 200 years back in time. Why? And to what ends? I asked for further investigation, and with Eve's help, they might be able to uncover more information in this whole mess.
We are approaching our destination, sir.
Understood, Mr. Ferrell. Take us out of warp and bring us to a full stop.
Aye, aye, Captain. We have dropped out of warp, and we are coming to a full stop, Captain.
My sensors are picking up something that looks like a starship.
On screen.
Is that derelict supposed to be a starship?
Metal fatigue analyses show it to be over 150 years old and barely spaceworthy. It is warp capable. But I'll be surprised if it can reach warp 4. It has minimal shields and armed with low-level disruptors.
Sir, we are being hailed by the ship's captain.
Looks like we have a first contact with a new alien race. Put him up on main viewer and let's see what he looks like.
Greetings, dear friends. And how did you and that fancy starship of yours end up here in the middle nowhere?
He almost looks human.
Well, that's because I am human, and you, my dear, could pass for an eldritch.
Eldritch?
He is comparing me to an old Earth mythological beings known as the Eldritch. They also go by another name, the Elf.
Captain, my sensors are picking up organic matter in various stages of decomposition, along with a mix of metal alloys and other materials in its cargo hold.
A garbage hauler?
And what's wrong with that? I have you know that being an intergalactic garbage hauler is a respectful profession.
Captain, the signal is coming from his cargo hold.
This is Captain Ryan Preston of the Federation starship Defiant. You mind telling me how you managed to get your hands on a working Federation signal beacon?
The name is Varen, entrepreneur and tradesman.
Who happens to be a garbage hauler.
All things considering, a job is a job and it pays well. Now, what signal are you talking about?
The signal that is being transmitted from your cargo hold.
Oh, you mean the one that's coming from that fancy-looking shuttlecraft? I came across it an hour ago, found it adrift in this void. Can't seem to gain access to it, and its blast shields are down, so I can't even look inside.
What shuttlecraft?
Indeed. Allow me to show you.
Space. The final frontier. These are the new voyages of the Starship Defiant. Our continuing mission in a new frontier. To seek out new life and new civilizations. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Das ist schon eher nach meinem Geschmack. Langer Vorspann,
Captain's
aber
log. We have arrived at the source of the signal and found that it was coming from an unknown cargo vessel that is commanded by a human. Where did he come from? By what means did he get here? But to add to my long list of questions, the signal was coming from a Federation shuttle that was stored in his cargo hold, and that same shuttle belonged to Enterprise. How was this possible? According to Starfleet records, this shuttlecraft was taken out of service some time ago, which is usually an indication that it was destroyed or lost. No further details are available in this particular case. That shuttle is Federation property, so I'm going to have to ask you to relinquish it back to us.
That shouldn't be a problem. I'll be happy to return your property for a price.
I beg your pardon?
In case you didn't know, we live in a capitalist system here in the Pegasus Galaxy, and it's not cheap to run a starship such as this old girl. And besides, I am invoking the Space Commonwealth salvage rights, 1032D1A, that clearly states that I have the right to salvage that wonderful vessel.
Okay, I'll bite. What will it cost us?
Well, funny that you would say that. I just so happen to have a list on me.
Of course you have. Transmit the list to us, but we need to examine the condition of the shuttle before any transactions is made.
What's wrong? Don't you trust me?
No, we don't.
Now you're learning. Dock alongside me and come aboard.
That's not necessary. We'll beam aboard.
Beam aboard? What is that?
A matter disassembler, transferer, and reassembler.
I beg your pardon?
A teleporter.
Oh, why didn't you say so in the first place? Anyway, that wouldn't be wise. As you can see, the Wanderer is smaller than that beauty of yours, and there is so much junk and waste here, you could end up teleporting yourself into something unsavory.
Very well. Mr. Ferrell, begin docking procedures with the Wanderer. Use the starboard docking hatch.
Yes, sir.
And we will meet you shortly. Defiant out. Your thoughts, Commander?
He reminds me of Harry Mudd and Cyrano Jones.
A swindler? Yes, I got that too. We shall find out what type of person he is very soon. Miss Rissar, inform Dr. Hendricks to grab his medkit and meet us at the starboard docking hatch. Commander Lepole, Mr. Coleman, you're both with me. Mr. Ferrell, you have the con.
Sir?
You did say that you wished to take the command training, did you not?
Yes, sir.
Then consider this your first hands-on experience, Mr. Ferrell.
How does the big chair feel?
Commanding and overwhelming at the same time.
Just as long as you remember us little people when you reach the top?
How can I forget? Number 1.
Sagen, was das soll, das jetzt drei Minuten etliches an. Naja. Hat das so gut angefangen.
Itchy! I have to say that for a corpse, you look great!
Thanks, Q-Ball. It's good to be back.
Jokes aside, how are you feeling?
I'm fine, but I've seemed to have no memory of my death.
That's because I deleted the entire events of your demise from reality. It was a horrible way to go. If I had left those memories intact, you would have suffered some serious PTSD. You know as well as I do that I am terrible at providing emotional support. So it was easier for me to delete the event from your memory.
I can't believe that you sacrificed your powers to save me. Why?
The first time the Continuum took my powers and left me on Voyager, you and Aunt Kathy helped me transition to human life. Although my time as a human was short, you were the only one who would give me the time of day.
You didn't exactly ingratiate yourself with everyone on Voyager. You also committed some serious mischief during your time with us.
I was a different Q back then. You and Aunt Kathy helped me to change, and I was certainly not going to leave you to that fate. A fate that I might add shouldn't have happened in the first place. Somehow, timelines and people's destinies has been severely altered.
The dimensional bridge has been activated. They are beaming in.
Tuvok, Admiral, welcome to the 21st century.
Thank you, Mr. Quinn. And I see that your mission was successful.
And as my father predicted, the Continuum stripped me of my powers.
What of your father?
He was imprisoned in the same manner as my namesake.
It is agreeable to see you again, Lieutenant Icheb. I trust that Quinn has filled you in on our mission?
Yes, Captain. It's hard to believe that such a threat still exists. A rift is forming. I'm now deactivating the beam. It has a temporal signature and is a match to the anomaly. Looks like the modified neutrino beam was able to lock onto the time-dimensional beacon. The exit point has been diverted and is being pulled to our position.
You've better get ready to transmit those prefix codes, because here she comes.
Ja. Okay, damit können wir doch mal anfangen. Da, wenn nicht doch, ganz dafür. Wenn man weiß, wie die Defiant geendet hat.
Captain's log. After our arrival on the other side of the galactic barrier and being thrown 200 years back in time, we then detected a Starfleet signal and then discovering that the source of the signal came from a Federation shuttle, a shuttlecraft belonging to the Enterprise. Also, it seems that the shuttle is currently in the cargo hold of an old garbage hauler and its captain has claimed salvage rights, but he is willing to hand it over for a price. Captain's log additional. I am about to board the hauler, along with Commander Lepole, my Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Hendricks, and my Chief of Security, Lieutenant Coleman. This Varren reminds me of our own Alpha Quadrant scoundrel, Cyrano Jones. We shall see what state the shuttle is in, and if we can gain access to it.
Is it true what I've heard? There's a Starfleet shuttle in that derelict that is laughably called a starship.
What you've heard is correct, Doctor. A Starfleet shuttle out here in the middle of nowhere and 200 years in the past.
We still don't know how that hauler ended up here. He claims that he's from the Pegasus galaxy, a journey that would take thousands of years at maximum warp.
One of many questions that we will be asking its captain.
Welcome aboard the Wanderer.
space. The final frontier. These are the new voyages of the Starship Defiant. Our continuing mission in a new frontier. To seek out new life and new civilizations. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Oh dear, this door is jammed again. Let me cycle it back and forth to see if that frees it up. And there we are. These issues happen when you perform too much maintenance on these devices.
Too much maintenance? Ah, yes. This is a joke, as you clearly perform little to no maintenance on this vessel. Very funny, I am sure.
Without a doubt, you must be the life of the party, my dear.
Shall we move on?
Yes, right you are. Follow me, everyone.
I've been meaning to ask you something. If you've come from the Pegasus galaxy, how did you end up here?
There's a wormhole not far from here that connects to the outer rim of the Pegasus galaxy. I'll provide you with the coordinates, free of charge.
Too kind. Why are you here? It can't have been just salvaging the shuttle.
Stop right there, everyone!
What's wrong?
As you can see, I've got a bit of a problem with rodents on this ship.
Is it me, or does that rodent look, very artificial?
Yes, they suddenly appeared on my ship after my last client expressed his dissatisfaction with our transaction. I believe he released these so-called rodents on my ship using that beaming technology you spoke of. They've been quite a nuisance.
How is it possible for a transaction with someone of your impeccable moral fiber to go badly?
Exactly. Now don't move a muscle while I take care of this little fellow.
That was a valiant effort, my friend. Better luck next time.
Are you sure it's safe to go in there?
Oh, that sensor is faulty. I assure you the cargo bay is fully pressurized. You might want to hang on to something just in case.
Ah.
Oh.
Ah. The entire floor is like a nasty petri dish.
Let's pick up where we left off. You were about to tell me why you were here.
Rumors.
What rumors?
There's an old legend of a lost planet. A planet that once belonged to a binary system that went nova. The shockwave blasted it out of its own orbit, and it has been traveling the galaxy for centuries. There will come a time that its momentum will eventually slow down and come to a full stop. But no one knows where or when.
But you do?
The information I got is not precise, just a starting point. I've been searching this area for a week. I was about to head back to the wormhole when I picked up that shuttle signal.
And what was you going to do next if you had found it?
That planet could have all kinds of lost technologies, medical cures, and other goodies.
I suppose it has nothing to do with the possibility that it could also be high in rich minerals, precious metals, and gems.
It does have plenty of artificial structures built on its surface. It's what's in those structures I'm interested in.
And what about your benefactor, the one who gave you this info? What does he get out of this?
The planet itself and the structures.
Why?
Don't know, don't care. As long as I make some serious money out of it, I'm happy.
How's it looking, Commander?
All in all, the shuttle's in excellent condition. I was about to transmit the prefix code and order the shuttle to open its hatch.
By all means, Commander. Proceed. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to wait here, as this is Federation property, and until we can verify that the shuttle is safe.
Are you kidding me? Until you pay me, I'll be protecting my investment, so if you don't mind, Captain, I'm not going nowhere.
In that case, you are reframed from touching or removing any items from the shuttle. If you do, then consider our deal forfeit, and we will take back that is rightfully ours.
Unless you're planning to blast the Wanderer apart, which I know you won't, how are you going to achieve that goal?
You do remember our teleportation technology? We can easily lock onto the shuttle and beam it to our shuttle bay.
Oh, okay. Point taken. Don't touch or take any items. Got it.
Is that true about transporting the shuttle? I didn't know we could do a site-to-site.
It is possible, but with current transporter technology, it is not very accurate or reliable.
So you lied?
I told the truth, Doctor. I just didn't indulge the rest of the information.
Huh. I'm glad she doesn't play poker. She would have cleaned me out.
Doctor, there is someone in here.
Is that who I think it is?
Commodore Matthew Decker of the late USS Constellation.
Decker. Ich mach mal den Sprung, ne?
Prefix codes have been accepted and the Defiant is now under our control. Internal and external sensors have been disabled.
And the Eve program?
The program has also been disabled. It won't be reviving the crew at this time.
I have to say, Chep, I can now see why you have this appreciation with this era. She is breathtaking.
I would have thought that being a Q. You would have been able to see something like this anytime you wanted to?
As a Q, yes. but I'm seeing this for the first time through human eyes. And like I said before, it's breathtaking.
Tuvok, I want you and Icheb to beam across and make the necessary upgrades to the EVE program. I also want you to make sure the Defiant and her crew hasn't suffered any ill effects during its transition. While you are doing that, Mr. Quinn and myself will head to Site B in the flyer for Phase 2.
I'll head to storage and prepare the necessary equipment for the away mission.
I shall join you, as I'll need to go over the new algorithms that we shall be introducing to the EVE program.
I take it that the prognosis is not in my favor.
If I still had my powers, I could have cured you.
You shouldn't worry about what ifs. We knew that this was an inevitable.
I had to up the dosage.
How long will it last?
Long enough for you to do what needs to be done. After that, well, I'm sorry.
I understand. Then we've better not waste what little time I have.
Alter, warum lasse ich das noch 20 Sekunden nachlaufen mit schwarzem Bildschirm und Dings? Ist ja ganz lustig, was ihr hier vollführt, aber das ist doch jetzt Blödsinn.
And gaining access to the Federation shuttlecraft. We were shocked to find that it was occupied by a Starfleet officer, a very close friend of mine who we thought was killed in action in taking down a rogue doomsday machine, Commodore Matthew Decker.
Doctor, is he? He's very much alive, but he's in some kind of catatonic state.
After what the Commodore has been through, Doctor, we shouldn't be surprised.
He's alive? Well, there goes my salvage rights.
Matt, it's me, Ryan. Can you hear me? What happened to you? How did you end up here?
He's too far gone for him to hear or answer you. I'll beam him back to the Defiant and to sickbay. I can do a more detailed examination on him. Hendricks to transporter room, 2 to beam up and have a stretcher team waiting.
I have locked onto you both and I'm ready to beam you up.
Energize.
Space. The final frontier. These are the new voyages of the Starship Defiant. Our continuing mission in a new frontier. To seek out new life and new civilizations. To boldly go.
Also wenn der Vorspann länger ist wie die einzelne Episode, dann, sorry, macht keinen Sinn.
A catatonic Commodore Decker has been transported aboard the Defiant and in the care of Dr. Hendricks, and I'm hoping that the good doctor can do something for him. In the meantime, Lieutenant Coleman is piloting the shuttle back to the Defiant along with Commander Lepol. Hopefully. Miss Shintaro will be able to gain access to its data recorder, and we'll see how they both ended up here. All that remains is to settle with the Wanderer's captain. He seemed surprised that we were still going to honor our deal.
Okay, why? The shuttle was occupied and he's alive, so my claim to it is null and void. I get nothing.
You've did a great service for the Federation. You found one of our missing shuttles and a high-ranking officer, and you've done a great service to me. Matthew Decker is also a very good friend of mine, so consider this a reward for the rescue of a high-ranking officer and a finder's fee for the recovery of one of our shuttles.
Well, all in a day's work. I'm happy to reunite one of your lost shuttles to the Federation. And the reunion of an old friend I was happy to help.
Then maybe you can assist us further. We are explorers, and we love the unknown. This planet you've told us about. Maybe we can help you look for it. Don't worry, the claim to it is still yours, and you have my word as a Starfleet officer that will let you know when we find it.
On your word as a Starfleet officer? Yeah, right. But seeing that you have honored one agreement, I say you're good for this one. So I'm going to have to trust you on this. I'll give you the coordinates of my starting point and where I've already searched.
Until next time, Mr. Varren, safe journey. We are heading to the Wanderer's last location to begin our search for this lost planet. We would have gone through the wormhole to the Pegasus galaxy, but this lost planet intrigues me, as does the man that has provided us with this information. There is more to this man than meets the eye. In the meantime, I'm heading to sickbay to visit an old friend. It's hard to believe that Matthew Decker is still alive, but with everything that's been happening with us, I could believe in the Tooth Fairy and unicorns. How is he doing, Doctor?
No change. His vitals are normal, but his brain activity still showing that he's in some kind of mind lock, hence the catatonic state, and I have no idea how to snap him out of it. Which is why I called you in here, Commander. If his condition is of the mind, or to be more precise, a psychological matter, then maybe.
You are suggesting a Vulcan mind meld to help him to overcome the mind lock.
Do you think it will work, Commander?
Unknown, but it seems that we are out of options, and we need to know what happened to him. But I'll need a moment to prepare myself, to focus my mind.
How long do you need?
About 5 minutes.
Bridge to Captain Preston.
Go ahead, Mr. Farrell.
Sir, we are about 2 minutes away from the Wanderer's last position.
I'm on my way, Mr. Farrell. Preston out. Get started and keep me informed.
Understood, Captain.
We have arrived at the Wanderer's last position, so we can continue the search for this lost planet. While this is happening, Commander LaPaul is getting ready to mind meld with Commodore Decker so she can help him out of his catatonic state.
This is a cortical node. With it, I'll be able to monitor your brain activity. If I see any changes that could endanger you or the Commodore, I will be able to use the cortical node to help you safely disconnect the mind meld.
Understood, Doctor. My mind to your mind. My thoughts to your thoughts. Our minds are one. Let me help you, Matthew. I know that you do not wish to revisit the pain and loss, but you are needed here more than you think. Let me help you face and overcome that pain. What happened to your crew was not your fault. You owe it to them to be free of blame. and to your son, William.
Report, Mr. Ferrell.
Ensign Daniels was just about to take us out of warp, Captain.
Then, by all means, Miss Daniels, proceed.
Aye, Captain. Dropping out of warp. Helm is answering, and we are at a full stop, sir.
That's a confirm. We are at the Wanderer's last position before he abandoned the search.
Sensors are clear, both short range and long range.
Then all that remains is to plan and plot a search pattern.
Captain, little old me has taken the liberty of already creating a search pattern, sending it to Mr. Coleman's station.
That's a confirm. These are very clear and detailed search plans, Eve. Nicely done. Transferring search plan to Helm.
Why, thank you, Lieutenant. Little old me takes pride in doing my best.
Search pattern received and locked in. ETA at our first checkpoint will be in 5 minutes at Warp 2. Then the auto-navigation will set course for the next checkpoint, and so on.
And during our journey, little old me will be keeping my sensors open for anything out of the ordinary.
Sounds like you have all got everything in order. Then, if there is nothing more, Miss Daniels, you may execute our first checkpoint.
Aye, Captain.
Chief Medical Officer's log. I am currently monitoring the vitals of Commander LePaul and Commodore Decker as the commander attempts to bring the Commodore out of his catatonic state using a Vulcan mind meld. Even though this was my suggestion, I was still not thrilled in using such a technique. A mind meld can at times be unpredictable, depending on the situation, and is a last resort. But I've run out of ideas, and we have just checked in to the Last Resort Hotel.
Commodore? Matthew, can you hear me? Auxiliary control.
We are approaching our first checkpoint.
Understood. Dropping out of warp. Helm is responding.
Beginning scan of area. Scanning complete. No results.
Acknowledged. Set course to the next checkpoint.
Automatics have already plotted our next course.
Miss Daniels, execute.
Aye, Captain.
Captain, how many of these jumps do you reckon it will take until we do find this planet? If, of course, it ever existed.
You sound very skeptical about all this, Mr. Ferrell.
You've got to admit that this whole thing sounds like something of myths and legends.
There have been some truths when it comes to myths and legends, but not always. All I can say is to have faith, Mr. Ferrell. Have faith.
Richtig.
Commodore?
LePaul, is that really you?
Yes, Matthew. How are you feeling?
At this time, a little confused. The last thing I remember was piloting a shuttle down the throat of that doomsday monstrosity to avenge my crew. There was a blinding white light, and then I'm here. And if you're here, then we are in a mind meld, and all this is in my head. But I shouldn't be alive, LePaul, I shouldn't.
To be truthful, Matthew, there is a lot we don't understand. We too are in a similar situation.
You've had better fill me in.
Helm is answering, and we are at a full stop, sir.
Beginning scan of area. Complete. Contact.
You found the planet already?
No, Captain, but I am picking up trace amounts of neutronium particles.
Neutronium? That's one of the strongest alloys we've ever come across, and it's out here, are you sure?
I am quite sure, Lieutenant. There is no mistake, and there is a trail for us to follow. And before you say anything else, Lieutenant, I know that after centuries, those particles would have dispersed with gravity currents and other space anomalies. If we were still in our galaxy, but we are in the void between those galaxies, and it seems that those rules may not apply.
Commodore on deck.
How goes the search?
No luck so far, but I did run into some good luck today.
How so?
We have some newcomers to the Void who offered to help us with the search, and they will call me when they have found our wayward planet.
You did what?
Now, before you blow a warp core, they offered to help for free after I've recovered one of their lost shuttlecrafts.
You're an idiot if you believe that they would call you. I thought a man of your intelligence wouldn't fall for such a con.
Hey, I'm good at reading people, and I got a good vibe out of this guy. He gave his word as a Starfleet officer that he would call me.
A Starfleet officer? Interesting.
Am I still going to get paid if they do find it? After all, before I bumped into them, I did spend a week searching.
Don't worry. You'll get what's coming to you.
I'll get what's coming to me. That sounded very ominous. Oh my...
Doesn't look like anybody's home. Life signs?
These readings don't make sense. I'm picking up on life signs, but they're sporadic. Everywhere.
Environmental systems must be damaged too. Temperatures at 39.1 degrees Celsius.
Explains why it's so toasty.
The distress call is still playing on repeat.
Jack, are you sure it's a good idea being here? I mean, we have no clue what that distress call is about. We're not exactly equipped to carry out a rescue mission.
These people ask for our help. That's the only reason we need. Any other ships in the vicinity?
The USS Challenger, but they're 6 hours out.
Look, we'll do what we can, and when that starship arrives, they can take care of the rest. Carmen, go check out the crew quarters, see if you can find anyone.
You got it.
Accessing crew logs. Maybe we can get some answers that way. Okay, here we go. 2 months ago, Starfleet Intelligence sent the station data package for something called Project Regeneration.
Pull it up.
Cybernetic race first encountered 60 years ago. Orders to duplicate technology.
For what?
It doesn't say. Day 16, duplication of nanoprobe semi-successful. Promising. Day 17. There's another message buried under the distress call.
That distress call.
It was a trap.
Carmen, do you copy?
Go ahead.
Get to the transport site. We're leaving. Where is she? Carmen, do you read me?
The tricorder isn't functioning either.
Stay here. I'm gonna backtrack and see if I can...
We need to leave right now. This is Lieutenant Guyler.
Guyler, the station, what happened?
It's a long story, but...
Guyler? Guyler, repeat your message. Guyler, are you receiving? Guyler?
ich in den letzten Minuten immer schon wieder weggenickt bin. Lassen wir das mal sein. Wir machen nächste Woche noch ein bisschen weiter. Nur noch die Raumschiff-Dinger hier und hiervon glaube ich auch noch so 2, 3 Stück. Die mal kurz gucken. Keine Sorge, ich lasse den Browser so wie er ist. Starship Mojave, Starship Mojave. Nein.
Previously on Starship Mojave.
Ach, Starship Mojave ist auch so ein... Alles klar. Ja, hier sind also noch ein paar Sachen, die man gucken kann. Also. Keine Sorge, das wird uns nicht verloren. Und bis dahin wünsche ich euch jetzt eine wunderbare Nacht. Und morgen, wie gesagt, ganz normaler Fanfilmabend. Wir mal wieder guten Star Trek sehen zum Beispiel. Oder Star Wars oder DC oder Marvel. Ne? Wir werden sehen. Und jetzt möge die Macht mit euch sein. Und bis dann. Ciao, ciao. Das war Teil 3.